Hello, you guys listen to True Brony Radio. I am your host, DJ GLaDOS. This is yet another True Brony Radio The Carrot interviews. Alright, today we are going to be interviewing laserpon3.
So, yeah.
Okay, fine, don't say hello. Jeez. God.
Oh, hello.
I said after I said your name, you're supposed to... Never mind.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so, as you people out there that are listening know, in the past, we have to do this properly now because of Stalker Lou. Yeah, woo, Stalker Lou. Thanks for making me have to write an entire disclaimer. Okay, now,
uh,
you do not have to answer any question if you don't feel that it's personal, and you like at
sure.
any point, if you think that you don't want to answer the question, you can just say you pass or something like that, and just
Yeah,
continue
that's
on
okay.
without any question. Okay,
Okay.
you agree to that. The following interview is being recorded and is owned by True Birdie Radio and its affiliates, and as such, it may be posted anywhere. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, that basically keeps it from you telling me that I have to delete it. Now I own
Okay.
it. I own you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
who is your
Anyway,
favorite pony and why?
Vinyl Scratch. Why? Well, actually, basically, it's because Vinyl Scratch is most close to what I do. In clubs, DJs, lighting, lasers. Yeah, it's just so close, and I just like the fact that it's a DJ and it's kind of a clubbing kind of thing. It's more comparable to me than it is to anything else, and yeah, that's basically it.
All right.
It's kind of short, but that's actually just the whole reason.
Yeah, it's better than you just saying the name and then not saying anything else. So, yeah. How did you become a brony?
Oh, well, actually, it's kind of strange. I was on Twitter, and there was this guy called, I think his name was MK Miku or something, and I was asking him questions on, I think it was Formspring. Yeah, that's it, Formspring. And I got this reply, like, video with ponies, and I was like, what? Ponies? What the hell is this going on? And I kept on looking. I actually watched the video, and it was like a short joke video, and I found it hilarious. And I suddenly saw related videos, and I saw all these pony videos, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And I started looking more and saw all those insane pony videos stop popping up everywhere and stuff. And then I got, found music. I think the first one was, I think Pinkie Pie Swear. I'm not sure. It might be Tombstone, but I listened to the music and I loved it. And I went on listening LXS, found Wooden Toaster, I listened to more music, and eventually I became so curious because there was so many talents and going on in here. And well, I started watching my first episode, and I was kind of, I thought like this is not gonna work out, this is not gonna be good or so and stuff. But I watched the first episode, and I was like, this is kind of cool. So I watched the next episode, and I was like, yeah, this is really cool. And then I watched the third episode, and I was like, okay, this is fucking awesome. So then I just kept on watching, and I think in a few days I watched whole season one, then also included, season two, what was left of it though, and then I just was a brony and started looking for other people that did this, and stumbled on Facebook pages and all those kind of things. I joined some communities, introduced myself, and I thought I think I was gonna I made this Pinkie Pie laser just for fun because I found the shrugging Pinkie Pie kind of fun, and I just started realizing like, people make all these videos, people make all this music. I have my talents. Why not just make stuff for bronies? And I made the Pinkie Pie Square Flutter Wonder laser show just before I became a brony, and I thought like, yeah, this music is so good, it's actually worth to make stuff for. And I just went on making, contacting some brony artists and making something for them on random, like, hey, nice work you got there, and drawn some their OC, drawn their favorite pony, drawn for other people, took requests, and went on making content and on shows on music, and that's how it actually all came to life for me. Yeah.
I see. Okay. What inspired you?
What inspired me to make my stuff?
Yeah, to originally start with the laser art.
Oh, when you mean starting with lasers and all of that, or just with
Just
lasers and
starting,
bronies?
like, what inspired you to just start with the laser stuff? The pony question comes
Oh,
after that.
well, actually, I started with lasers. I think that's what you were asking.
What inspired you to
Uh,
start with all the lasers, I guess, would probably be the better way
well,
of putting that.
actually, I had like this friend of mine. Well, before he was a friend, I just saw someone doing this stuff. It was not that great, but it was kind of cool. And I think his username was DNSTGE. And that was also before I became an otaku. And I recently then became an otaku and went to my first anime convention. And I think it was called Ebunai. Yeah, that was it. And I actually met him there, like by coincidence. So I happened to, get along very well with him and became very good friends. And eventually, we started to hang out more. And I actually stayed home at his place, and he also stayed home at my place, just sleeping and stuff, sleep over. And he had this metal box. It was like a laser projector. Yeah, okay. So I remember saw him videos of him doing some stuff on the laser projector, and I was like curious and kept on asking, could you show me some stuff? So he showed me some laser graphics shows and beam shows, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. So once I got back home, I tried to ask him if he could help me make my own equipment, and I actually kind of failed, surprisingly. But then I thought to myself, like, instead of making my own laser, why don't I just help him out and make stuff for him? So I remembered I had, like, when I was little, I started doing 3D. So I thought, like, maybe I can turn my 3D stuff into stuff for laser. So I went on experimenting and stuff, and I actually got us some kind of result. So I still didn't have a laser projector, just so you know. And I joined this like a forum. It's called Photon Lexicon, and started posting my stuff, my works. And people were like surprised, like when I said that I don't have a laser projector, but I was making stuff. But there was like this company that actually laughed at me, and they said like, "Yeah, we did this for 12 years already." And I said like, yeah, I'm a hobbyist. How can I, I cannot get all this stuff earlier than you guys. And I went on asking, and eventually I was became curious in their software, checked it out, and said like, don't you have a demo or something so I can check it out? And they said no. So what I did was, just kept on posting stuff, and eventually they became interested and asked me to get in touch with them. So I did, and I actually didn't expect much of it. And they offered me the most expensive controller hardware they have, like the whole set, in trade for, first of all, showing what I could do, and then actually making a show for their 25 years anniversary. So I made something not too serious because I didn't take it seriously, and they actually loved it. And then I became, I just made more stuff, and a few months later, I received the package and I opened it up and I was like, what the fuck? And actually, the whole, the controller box was actually in there. And I was like surprised. And I went out asking my dad for, lending me money to buy a projector. And I made a post asking, like, to make to get me so I could buy a laser projector. So I bought a self-built laser projector for 800 euros, like full color and stuff. And I went on working with that, and for some reason I really had the feel for it, and I got so good that in a year, well, less than a year, I actually learned the whole software, and eventually I started ending up in such a crazy mode that I know more of the software than the manufacturers themselves. Uh, and actually, my name is in the software right now. I wrote some of the manuals. I made their 25-year anniversary with great success. I had an internship over there for 1 month. I realized I couldn't keep doing this for a hobby. It just was not possible anymore. People kept asking me for stuff, and people were like getting, fan crazy about my stuff. Some, for a bit, and 40-year-old laser companies went to me and asked me for help and assistance. So I realized that I should not start doing this for a hobby anymore, and I created my own company called Everest Laser. That's actually my whole story should is here there.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Everything comes out of my head. There's some inspiration, like music from other people, bronies, or jokes that people make, and I respond to them with my lasers. But other than that, it all comes from my mind, and that's it. Yeah.
It's the kind of stuff that I would look into, but I would never be able to find anything on it, so I'd give up.
Well,
Much
I
like
mean,
lighting technician. I want to be
I
a
mean,
lighting
I got
technician.
into this because of the internet, and um, well, I mean, everybody can actually do this, but it's not cheap to start, and that's I mean, you could always try it, but don't expect to get stuff for cheap. It's just not gonna work.
Lighting, yeah. Well, being a laser technician would be. I can see that being expensive and a little bit more advanced in some
Yeah,
ways.
it's
I
very
mean,
expensive.
yeah. I've always kind of wanted to be a lighting technician. Just the
You can
not
always be
like the
that.
kind of. Yeah, I could always do that. I don't know where the fuck you find any of the programming, where you buy any of the equipment from, or anything like that. And that's why I keep stopping myself. Not to
Well,
mention I
the
don't
thing
have a
is, you should
job.
join a forum. You should just join a forum, check and ask questions, take those answers, take them somewhere else, ask again, keep on going from that, and you actually learn from what people say. And that's actually what I did too. I mean, I got in this forum by accident, so I was kind of lucky, and I was very lucky with the contact request and getting to the right company and stuff. But when I wanted to start taking this to next level, from hobbyist to actually working, I had to make a very, very big money investment because these projectors that I have now aren't exactly cheap. No, not
No,
at all.
no, they aren't. I mean, hell, you're
I
the
mean, the
guy that's
price have
got.
dropped. I mean, I remember that years ago, if you wanted to buy the similar laser projector, which I, for example, bought for 800 euros, you would have paid like, let me say in dollars, like $10,000 to get the same kind of projector, which is now 1,000 or maybe less.
That's actually not
It's very
that
impressive.
bad. That's really
No, it's
cheap.
not.
But
It's
then
not at
again, I
all.
guess it's just because technology is becoming so advanced that everything's
Yes.
going down in price.
Well, actually, the
Yeah,
software is the most expensive part, actually,
really?
most of all. Yeah,
Oh,
software is expensive because the software, well, if I'm just honest here, I think if you get everything I have, like sum it up into a package, it will cost you about $9,000 or $10,000. Yes, and I'm not joking. So yeah, I was. That's why I was so amazed, like that I got this chance and that they sent their software and equipment to me, and it was just such a shock to me that I just had to not start and stuff. And so basically became forced into this because when I was very young, actually, I said to myself, I got this 3D experience. I'm just doing it for fun. I'm never going to do this for a living. I'm never going to do this for work. Just I said that to myself and I kind of promised it to myself. But actually, I just broke that promise when I started. So, and I didn't give a damn that I actually broke it because actually now I'm pretty happy that I'm doing something with it. Yeah.
you should. That laser. Well, being a laser technician, actually, I guess you could almost say can get you places with some stuff. The only hobbies I truly have will get me nowhere in life.
Well, I mean, surely it can get you somewhere. I mean, even for laser projection building your own laser projector, it's actually not kind of hard. Just need to get some components. You can just put it together like Legos almost. You just need to solder a bit, but it's not that complex. It's people are getting smarter nowadays, and people can, I think even a 15-year-old could build his own laser projector. Do be careful though. I'm not responsible for anything, but I think a 15-year-old or 30-year-old could build his own laser projector without too much problems.
Yeah, no, I can understand that and stuff like that, but the only hobbies I truly have is this radio, and I'm also an RC racer, but
Well, I
can't really
mean,
go anywhere without money. I mean, I have $5,000
yeah,
worth of
that's the whole
RC
thing.
cars.
Actually, money is a big blockage for many people that have talent, and that's why I, for example, just be honest, I just don't mind pirating at all because people have access to software and certain things. The thing with laser software and stuff is there is no way to pirate it because first of all, it's hardware protected, and second of all, there's just nobody that wants to pirate a laser program because they don't have any laser program. And yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, see, the thing is, though, you can be famous in the Brony community for having, like, Brony light shows, and you can go do awesome stuff with your lasers. I mean, being one of the only people on the planet, not to mention you're also a Brony, it gives you that much extra. Not to mention, lasers are awesome. Everybody loves laser shows. And
Yeah,
my
that's cool.
hobbies are nothing.
Well, I mean, you have a radio, and maybe it will grow over time. I don't see why you're actually so down, down to the ground with your radio show.
In order to turn my radio show into maybe a money making thing, I would have to get legal rights from Hasbro, Valve, and maybe Bungie on some parts. And not to mention
Well,
that, but if I wanted to make profit, it would have to be through donations, which aren't really exactly reliable, or ads. But I
yeah.
can't add ads to the site because it's protected. And
Well,
other than that, I would have to turn it into a satellite station, and I don't have
well,
about a
the
million
thing is,
dollars.
if you want to own your own radio station, I'm sorry, radio station, then yeah, of course you need like some licenses and stuff. But if you're, gaining experience from hosting your own shows and stuff, then you can actually, you can actually tell, yeah, experience because you were hosting on your own, and you can just tell you have experience talking to people, you have experience managing a radio chat and stuff. So actually, you can actually, tell that to other people and to apply you, so they can actually pay for you, and they pay the rights and they pay the stuff, so you can actually host your own show, but you're not actually the owner of the radio. That's the only difference. So
Yeah.
actually, everything you do that requires you to do some certain things, actually just you can use them later, and you can always, you know, tell to someone else that you used to do that, and tell someone else you got experience. And I don't see why this is a waste of time, for example.
Well, in order for me to go to satellite radio, because it's the only radio station that I'm actually legally allowed to go to, because the FCC blocks me from going to FM stations because I have illegal words. I swear a lot, which means that I can't broadcast on FM channels. I already can. I actually have a radio tower in my backyard. It's
Wow.
underneath our deck. It's supposed to be a receiver, but change a couple wires and add some extra chips, and it could be a transmitter. And
That should.
I have all the hardware with the program I use to actually broadcast on FM channels. It's just I can't because I legally can't. You require a radio license, and
Actually,
the
no.
FCC has to approve you.
Now that you mentioned that, actually, that friend that inspired me to start all this, he actually had his own radio station too. Well, kinda. He had his like own, broadcasting thing, and that could actually was so powerful that it could take over a radio. So his neighbors were like, working in the garden with their music on, and he set this lowly kind of music on, like on the broadcast, and it was taking over the radio, and this guy was getting upset. He was like raging, like, we're all fucking, like this radio cannot turn off. And he was like complaining at the child that actually was trying to seek to another different radio station. And it was just hilarious. He once posted that on YouTube, and he removed it afterwards because he was afraid that the neighbor actually would see that and, come to his door and say, like, fucker, you posted that on YouTube. And it's just hilarious.
That's actually pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome. I can still laugh at that video if I can find it. So, yeah, do you have some questions still, or do we
Yeah.
should
Oh my
take
god.
some?
This is 3 questions out of roughly the 30 I have.
Whoa, you have 30 questions? So shoot
I
up
think
then.
I have 30. I don't know. I don't have them numbered anymore. I removed all the numbers once we
I'll
got an
just get
updated
the
list.
first one you
But
see on the list and just ask. It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I actually go in order, but okay, now what about ponies inspired you to start doing all the pony laser art? I think
Like
you
from the
kind of already
series?
answered that, but yeah.
Uh, well, I mean, that's actually a tough question because um, the series itself, of course, it's inspired me to make some jokes. Like I'm gonna give some little joke sneak peek. I'm gonna make a little joke about Here Comes Tom and stuff. The Rock
Yeah.
today actually, I think maybe. But I just make jokes. Make some when I, for example, saw Derpy on the series. Like Derpy was talking. I just made an animation for Derpy. So sometimes what happens in the series will also inspire me to make stuff or try to rush out stuff as soon as possible. So, for example, if Vinyl Scratch would start talking right now, you will see something appearing of Vinyl Scratch, just guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. All right. Wait. What?
Take your
Oh
time.
man, no, sorry. I was just reading one of the things in the chat. Yeah, my apologies. I used to have two screens, but I blew out one of my screens. So, well, I blew out my tiny laptop screen. I still have my 40-inch secondary, but um, what is your favorite episode?
Ooh, ah, that's actually the question where I've never thought about. Uh, um, wow, I'm not even sure if I'm able to answer this one, properly. I actually love the whole series, except the one with which was it again? I think many people didn't like that one, but I actually forgot which one it was. Which episode? I don't have like I think I don't really have a favorite one because I enjoy the other one just as much as the other. But I could say one of the least favorites should be the last one. Well, because the song, I didn't really like the song so much, Flim and Flam. But I like the Tombstone version one, but not the song itself. I'm not so much in that music. But yeah, I really don't have a favorite episode as far as I know. So yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, the chat talking
Well,
about
I mean,
Fallout.
if there if there is like an episode with Vinyl Scratch, Vinyl Scratch starts talking and more in depth in some characters, maybe that one will be my favorite. But so far as I know, there isn't really something that seems they're not bad at all, but there's just not one particular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's understandable. I mean, there's a lot of great episodes out there. It's really hard to choose just one. Who are your favorite Brony artists and musicians?
Okay,
Two
musicians.
questions
Let's
for you.
start with musicians. My favorite Brony musician will be Living Tombstone, Wooden Toaster or Glaze, LXS, Omnipony. Um, Let me just think. I am also Yelling at Cats is okay, but Pinkie Pie style, yeah. Silverhound. Um, yeah. So I think really sorry if I skipped one because of short notice, but I think that's particularly the ones that I like the most. Also, well, I like some people that made some fan stuff for me, but those are really the particular ones that appealed me the first, and the ones that I really, if you're just naming favorite and growing musician, that's the first ones I can name. So probably those ones. And artists, I would say, well, I don't know many artist names out of the top of my head because I'm still checking out a lot of them. I would say, do you mean like video editors or just, you know, artists that make
Anybody,
images?
anybody. Yeah.
My
I mean,
favorite
artist
video
is
editor
yeah.
will be Tommy XE, just because I love his on sync, editing stuff. And it will also be Brony Dance Party. And yeah, let me check. I think I have to go with John Juseko. Yeah, John Juseko. I just love his detailed stuff. This is really cool. And he also just combines a bit anime style in ponies. It's kind of weird, but I just like it for some reason. And I still have to check out a lot to actually be able to answer that question completely. But that's how it is right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Just people up there in the chat. You guys seriously would enjoy that? It doesn't sound like it would be that fun. While the
Weird
DJs are all
thing.
playing on the stage of BronyCon, just have my RC cars driving around. I mean, they're not exactly like little tiny RC cars. I have, well, one
Monster
half.
trucks.
They're like half meter. They can go. We have ranging from 60 miles per hour to 100 miles per hour.
Actually, I've got an idea. You should actually tape a plushie on the RC car and say like, "Go, Pinkie Pie, go!" And then drive it around BronyCon and like, and then go over a leap and and a crash and a bam and
I have,
something.
I have two
And then
RC
everybody
cars that
will
I could probably
follow the
put a
car,
in.
like, follow Pinkie Pie.
I have two
Just fun.
RC cars you could probably fit like a
Yeah,
I
and
could
it
put
should
one of the
explode
plushies
into
in it.
rainbows.
Yeah,
What?
if it explodes into rainbows, that sounds like it would
That's
be
actually a
possible
good
to
idea.
do without destroying my RCs.
Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna,
Well,
put
I
a
only have two in commission, three
rainbow
in commission
bomb.
right now. Only three of my
Mm.
cars actually work out of my one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight.
So
I think I
okay,
have
there
eight
will be
RCs.
3 rainbow bombs then.
So yeah,
Okay.
one of them is waiting on an electronic conversion so I can run it off batteries instead of nitrous, and two of them are just so shitty that they just straight up broke. One of them doesn't have a receiver, so I can't drive it, and then one of them's
Just
just
push it.
like utter shit, and I can't drive it on anything but asphalt. And then my dad has like a little tiny 1/18th scale car. It's really tiny with a top speed of 90 miles per hour.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. If the battery pack
So
on it explodes, it'll detonate with the force of a pound of C4.
you
But
also have one with nitro because you should like launch it over a building. I actually
I
see it
have
on YouTube.
I
Like
have
you have like these
yeah.
ramps, and then the car goes, and then it flies over the building, goes so fast, and just what?
I
It's
have
just
three
cool.
cars. Three of my cars. Two of them are the two shitty ones that are so bad that they just straight up broke or were nitro, and then I have one big nitro with like it's very
Just let
large.
me mess. Just let me mess with it, and it'll probably explode. Like just when you click the start, like vroom, it goes vroom, boom, and then it explodes, and then
A
it
part of
flies
me
all
thinks
over.
that'd be really awesome. Throw my
Yeah,
dad
it's
has
actually
custom
it's
built
kind of awesome,
cases.
but actually, I think afterwards you'll be like, "Fuck
Not
no!"
not that. I mean driving the things around a BronyCon. Throw some white cases on them and
Oh,
play
I'm
around in the
sorry.
black lights. That'd be boss.
Yeah, that would be balls.
The only problem is that I can't go to BronyCon, so ha.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did mention my little visuals, by the way. Yeah, I also like his stuff, and I also like that he actively, talks to me and also makes stuff and helps me out. So one little shout out to him too, just because I forget.
If
Anyway, do you have more questions?
Yes.
Love
Don't
to
you
hear.
don't have to ask more questions. I was gonna continue. Jeez, you make it sound like I'm
Oh,
talking about other stuff. God, no, no, no,
yes,
no.
yes.
You are
Just
not.
keep people talk to other stuff.
Can't believe
Get on
you.
topic. Get on topic.
Lol. What's wrong with being off topic? It
Just
makes it
kidding.
feel more realistic. I mean, I could
I'm
sit
just
here.
messing. I'm just messing with you.
Who is worst, Pony?
Who's worst pony? That's a dark question there.
Oh.
I'm gonna go for. I actually don't have someone that I dislike, but I have to say something. I think I'm going for. It's like a guessing game now.
Or like Snips and Snails, or some of the most hated ponies amongst all of them.
Yeah, Flim and Flam. Wait, do those
Flim
count?
and Flam. Yeah, 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 they do count. Flim
Okay,
and
well, Flim and
Flam,
Flam is.
Snips and Snails, Diamond Tiara. Those are the biggest hated ones right now.
Yeah, Flim
Hey,
and Flam for me then, because I didn't like their song and they should fuck off. I'm sorry.
Rara bitch? Who the hell's Rara bitch? I'm sorry, but I don't know who this Rara bitch pony is that you speak of. Because last time it sounds almost like
Rarity?
you're trying to say it's like you're trying to say rarity. You know, like the second best pony. So
Me?
no, I,
Oh no, I
no.
see the chat. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're making jokes on the chat and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, rarity's my second favorite. It's just it's just an opinion. But
Many people like Rarity, yeah.
yep. Are you working on anything
Rainbow
currently
Dash.
that you are willing to disclose?
What, me?
Yeah.
Wait, disclose something? Why?
Let me repeat the question.
Yeah,
Are you working on
sure.
anything currently that you are willing to disclose?
Sure. I'm working on the DAE Lunae laser show. I am working on well, probably gonna make some beam shows in between with some songs from random Brony artists. I might be doing, but I'm not sure about this yet because I'm thinking of doing only a laser show to the live set of Living Tombstone. But I talked to Alex S just because of it and asked if he has an unfinished song, or I mean, a song that's close to being done, if I could have it in advance and make a show to it for him. Other than that, I'm probably working on some jokes. Like, I'm probably gonna make something with Vinyl Scratch very soon because I just like Vinyl Scratch and I haven't properly made anything for her yet. And well, of course, the here comes Tom joke. I'm probably gonna make something that works out well, and probably gonna do some more dancing in the future when I got more subscribers. Yeah, because people liked it, and I like it, and I can actually laugh when someone, I think codename Brony, codename, actually made the awesome video like laserpon3 is sexy and he knows it, and I'm actually repeating like the video every day, and I'm laughing so hard that I just need to do this once more again. So yeah, that's basically it for now.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. That, yeah, because I was the one that decided that you should dance. I love
No,
that decision.
actually, I think it
No,
was tied up.
no,
It
no, it was
wasn't.
me. It was me. It was me. It was all me. What are you
Okay,
talking
okay,
about?
okay.
You're
I'm sorry,
talking
Ty, if it
crazy
was you
stuff.
after all.
Nah, man, Ty probably helped you. I just told you how to
Yeah,
dubstep
Ty,
dance,
with
and
his
then you
horny
tried.
and stuff. No, yeah, okay. You just say yes, and it's okay.
You say yes. Just say yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's continue on with questions if my computer chooses to not freeze any longer. Come on. How do you deal with haters or with the haters?
Haters go hate. That's the first thing I have to say. Um, I mean, there are always haters. If you do good stuff, people are always going to criticize you. Just stay calm. Don't feed the trolls. Don't start hating back. It just only shows how much sensitive you are to trolling, and that makes you more vulnerable to any trolling. So I'm just either I ignore it or either just give a funny response back, and that's not a backwards troll or something. So yeah, that's basically how I deal with trolls. Actually, I haven't had any problems with trolls as of trolls, but because I'm a brony, I haven't had any problems with that yet. But yeah, I think I actually had some trolls that that claimed to be in the laser forums and said like, you did not make this, and all that kind of weird stuff. But yeah, I mean, no, not really any problems there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The thing about trolls is, in
They
order to
will
get rid of
come.
them,
They
shut the
probably
fuck
will
up.
come eventually. Well, if you tell them to shut the fuck up, they will
No,
just
no,
keep
no,
on
no,
going.
no.
They will do
You
the
don't. You
opposite
don't
of
tell them
what you
that.
want.
No, I'm saying in order to get rid of trolls, you just have to shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just misunderstood you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should just thinking about this now while my question sheet loads because it's lagging really bad for some reason. But I'm thinking I should totally get a case for one of my dad's cars painted because I have an airbrush and stuff like that and paint it like pony stuff.
Oh,
See what he
awesome.
thinks of that. Well, I could probably paint one Rainbow Dash, and I don't think you would really notice. I mean, Rainbow Lightning Bolt, not really that, unless I like put like Rainbow
Lightning
Dash on the
bolts.
side or something. So long as I don't like put dicks all over it, I don't think you'd care. And I'm not gonna put dicks all over it, Nick, because I know that Nick would want an
uh,
RC car that's covered in penises.
Flutter guy, you so funny.
I'm not Flutter Guy. Okay, whatever. More commonly known as DJ GLaDOS, but apparently I'm also known as Flutter Guy, Fluttershy, that dude, Wade, GLaDOS, DJ, Furry Lover 117, Furry Lover Furry, and some other names that I don't want to talk about. Wiener
Uh,
Tater is one of my more common ones too at school.
that's
What are
true.
your aspirations?
Inspirations?
Aspirations. What do you want to do with
What
your
the hell is
life?
that?
An aspiration is like,
Well,
what do you want to do with your life?
I'm sorry. Ty, I'm gonna answer that question in a bit. So yeah, any aspirations? Well, yeah, I'm just trying to grow big as a company, and I always try to contribute to the little guy out there. Just always, never mind, how big I get. I always try to stay in contact with the community, but I try to just be able to do this for a living and keep doing this and enjoy it and make stuff so people can also enjoy it just like me and share my knowledge with people. And that's basically it. I just do what I want, do what I like, share, and help people out. And there's nothing more than that. I just, actually, well, there's one more thing. You see some like those very big shows, like I think there's one like in the Netherlands called Climax. Yeah, that's it. The name is really Climax, and we have Sensation and stuff. I hope in the future I ever get to participate with those big events because, well, I mean, my stuff is good, and yeah, I just like doing some big projects. And should I wait to answer this question of Tide Pony, or should I just answer it?
Yeah, okay, I'll ask it right now. I have to ask the questions because,
Okay,
it just
sure.
helps with the recording. But, PJ, have you done anything naughty with your lasers?
Oh, definitely yes. I had like this joke. I never actually am on chat roulette, but I actually just did it for once, and I was like pointing my camera at the wall, and I draw a huge penis on the wall, and I was like, "You mad, bro?" And then I typed it underneath the drawing, and I said like, "You mad, bro?" And then went on skipping, and people were like, "What?" And like, hmm? And one guy was like staying, and he was like, he knew it was a troll, and I just gave up, and I said like, "Dude, you want to see some laser shows?" And he was like, "Sure, man." And then I just played the whole laser show, and this guy was like watching, and the guy was like clapping and stuff, and he was like, "Woo, woo, yeah, yeah," and I was like, really laughing really hard, and that just made my day. And actually, I have made some Rule 34 stuff. I think it's on DeviantArt. I'm not sure anymore. If it's not, I'm gonna upload it. But yeah, I'm planning on doing Rule 34 with lasers just once more again. And actually, I've got a request for that. So, and since I take requests, I am doing the most wacky requests too. So probably there will be something of flop. Just one for
Don't
now.
say that. Don't say that. Yeah, for now. There you go. Because as soon as you do it, you're
Because
gonna get spammed.
people will be upset. I'm gonna get you a link in a moment, guys. Probably gonna post it somewhere, or hopefully where I don't get banned for posting stuff like that. Um,
No
yeah,
biggie.
that I have.
Just the way that the chat works, right? Just if you're gonna post anything NSFW in the chat, make sure that it's tagged NSFW. We do it in Skype
Yeah,
chat and we do it in the IRC chat
of
too.
course. Yeah, I actually think I have it somewhere in MediaFi. You can actually just ask me the next question and stuff, and just keep on looking for that image and post it on the chat.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Sure, take your
To
time. I
flip.
actually need you.
Yeah. Don't say that I can take my time. I'm not supposed to take my time.
Hurry,
Uh,
hurry, hurry, hurry.
lol. Do you read any fanfics? If yes, what kind and what is your favorite one?
Uh, I haven't really read a fan fiction. I actually did a YouTube search because someone just pushed me to listen to some weird club fic, and I just, for the heck of it, I just listened to it just because I had like nothing to do, and I was like, sure, okay, just do it. And then I just went through the listening of it was being read to me like that YouTube video, and I was like, the story was like, oh, it's pretty cool, and then it was like it was going to the club part of the whole story, and I was like, what the hell, this is so wrong, and I was like, holy shit, and this guy was like responding to how he was reading. It was like, oh, I need to take a break, and I was like, holy shit, this guy is serious, and I was like, whoa, and then I just I just kept on listening for a while, and I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm probably gonna read My Little Dashie because some guys, it's being said so many times, like My Little Dashie is this, My Little Dashie is so sad, My Little Dashie is that, My Little Dashie is that. So I'm actually thinking of reading it, but what puts me off is it's so much text to read. And in that time I read those texts, I could actually do so much more than just read something. So probably gonna do it in parts, but yeah, I'm surely gonna read My Little Dashie.
I know the
Yep.
guy that made that.
Oh, cool.
He actually used to be a DJ for this station, but then his hours got screwed up, and I
My
haven't
Little
talked to him for a long
DJ.
time. My little DJ? Okay. No.
Sounds great. Actually, it should be a film scratch version. My Little DJ.
I don't know what he does exactly right now. I know he's really big with oh my god, please don't hurt me for forgetting his name. I bring the lulz. I introduced
Oh,
him to I bring the lulz, and they are like best friends
yeah,
now. Like literally best friends.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I've got the image, by the way. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna tag it. Don't worry.
Yeah, oh no, I don't care really that much. It's kind of a common courtesy thing. I have to click
So
this. Lol. Hatsune Miku.
I'm gonna take a better picture sometime. I actually still have the graphic on my PC. Um, so, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue. What is your dream job?
Like, I'm doing it right now.
Lucky.
I have no. It's actually I when I was small, because my dad's a lawyer and stuff. I wanted to be a lawyer, and well, you know, eventually when I was in school, when school I progressed, I actually didn't like the subjects that were needed for that, profession. So I just lost interest, and I was like, I want to make stuff. I want to make devices. I want to make robots. I want to make cool stuff. I want to automate my house. I want to do this, that, this. And eventually, I think I actually found my dream job, and I'm actually doing it right now. This is actually, I think, what maybe it might change someday, but as far as I know, this is what I dream of doing and I like doing. And I hope being able to do it for in the future and be able to keep doing this for a living. If not, then that dream is kind of shattered.
Yeah. Be happy your dream is actually possible for you. I still want to
Well,
be a
keeping
fighter
the dream
pilot.
is the thing, not actually having it. Just I
Mm.
actually trying to keep this. So
Yeah. I actually can't fulfill
would
my
be
dream job.
yeah. Well, maybe you never know.
No,
Weird things happen.
I would have to like do so much stuff and spend so much money to do any of my dream jobs,
Well,
like
maybe
fighter
with some
pilot,
tricks and right
satellite radio host.
context. I mean, like maybe with some tricks or right context, you can get at least close to what you want. And I mean, like the thing when I say in keeping doing this is because, well, first of all, lasers are a luxury, and what we're going to nowadays is actually, a financial crisis. So the first things that get saved on are luxuries like laser shows, like those kind of stuff. So there already are some people that have, very good contacts and stuff in this business compared to, for example, me. I do have a lot of contacts, but the other also have a lot of contacts, and that's the whole problem there. If you have a lot of contacts, you get a lot of clients. If you don't have a lot of contacts, you don't get a lot of clients. But also the thing is, where I'm like thinking of, but I'm probably not going to do that, is because the Asian countries are getting so much richer nowadays. Like, it's a very interesting thing because the countries that are richer are actually the ones that afford more laser shows. They can afford more luxury, and in the European countries, they're dropping. The euro's dropping. America is not doing so well. It's all a bit, dropping in, sinking in, and the others are rising. But yeah, that's basically it.
I see. It's understandable. Understandable.
Yeah, so that's why I'm always careful.
Yeah, but being one of a kind on the or for that kind of stuff would help a lot because I mean,
Well,
you
it
being
does
the
help.
best of the best, it's kind of
Yeah, it
hard for
sure
somebody
helps.
to
But the
not
thing
want
is,
you.
despite so many people in the Malaysian industry know me, there are so many people more out there that actually dare to approach me and to do collaboration stuff. That's actually the problem. But I do know I am aware that one of my stuff is really one of the best things out there, with no doubt. It has been said so many times before. But the thing is, people dare me to approach me is the whole thing that people don't dare because some people think I might be too expensive. Actually, that's no secret what I ask per hour stuff. It's not a secret, it's not disclosed. That's I think as of now I ask 50 euros an hour. That's actually kind of low, but I keep my things low so people won't be afraid to ask for my services and stuff.
Yeah,
And of course,
that's
for the
really
brony
low.
stuff, I don't charge anything. I don't make profit from it. I just do it because it's fun, because people enjoy it, and that's the most important thing. I like people's comments. I like people's feedbacks.
It's also
Yeah.
free advertising.
Well, yeah, it's kind of free advertising if you look at
It
it
gets
that
you
way.
it gets you out there a lot more because the thing with the Brony community, as soon as you're in it, you're big. No
Yeah,
matter
that's
what
true.
you
Actually,
do in the Brony community, you're
now
getting
that you
big.
mention it, that's also one of the things I get in return, but it's not my main focus. But still, it does help out. Yeah. because people see my work and they know it's of quality, and because I basically am one of the few ones that actually can push those devices to their limits of complexity. It's just I can make imagery that nobody else can because it's so detailed. And actually, I don't apply trickery to my photos. And people that actually show you very complex drawings, they often change their exposure of their cameras and stuff. But because I have an iPhone 4, I cannot do that. I just have one exposure, and I have to get the projection right for the exposure. And since they don't have a frame rate, I just need to optimize it so much that it doesn't flicker. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it does give me a lot of experience. Even, I can draw really fast, considerable compared to anyone else out there. But still, there's always some tricks to learn to do some things faster, like making eyes. I make eyes in squares and then cut the squares out, and then it becomes rounded, and all those kind of tricks. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But just like an artist has his own just like a writer has his own writing style, and an artist has his own art style, I have my own drawing techniques and tricks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Do you approve of Pony Rule 34?
I think I'm not really a fan of the Rule 34 because the thing is, it scares away so many artists. Like, for instance, Pinkie Pie Swear. I mean, he's not really that responsive being in the past because of Rule 34. And I do get his point. And I also get, it's not that I hate it. It's not that I mind it myself. Especially, so I basically don't hate it, but I don't really enjoy it at the same time. It's a bit of both. Sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes it's kind of cool. Sometimes it's kind of cute. Sometimes it's none of both. And sometimes I just think like, dude. But I actually think it's more close to not than I approve. So yeah, I mean, saying that I'm gonna do Rule 34 is basically more of a joke, because there are people out there that really like this stuff, and because I'm such wide and do requests and stuff, I'm just gonna do it for the heck of it. But I'm not really a fan of it.
You don't seem to mind talking about it in our Skype chat.
Well, like I said, it depends really on what it is, how far it goes. If it goes too far for me, then I say like, dude, like, no, calm the fuck down. But if it's okay, like it's just Rule 34 and just mild, it's okay. So basically,
keep your fetishes away, but make it allow it to make sense, and don't make it look bad. I'm sorry, I can't handle bad Rule 34. Like the really bad looking stuff that just murders me.
Simpson, just because to answer your question, Skype chat. Yeah, I have been in the Skype chat with True Brony Radio for quite a while, and I also proposed them to do this interview because maybe after BronyCon, Equestria Deity might be rushing towards me and interviewing me, and I really like the guy that hosts True Brony Radio, and I just gave him the opportunity to interview me. Ahead of the other people and stuff.
He basically he chose us over them.
Yeah, basically that is.
Oh, shut up, phone! I don't want to talk to you. Oh, I'm getting another call from Anonymous. And I'm not kidding. It literally comes up as anonymous, like not even unknown caller. It says goddamn anonymous. And then if you try and see what the call number is, it says blocked. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just continue. Maybe Anonymous is trying to get in on me. What was your favorite project that you worked on?
What?
What was your favorite project that you worked on?
Let me check. Brony project or just projects in general?
Any project. Wait, what's your favorite project?
I must say, at this moment, I must say, So Many Wonders, that laser show. Actually, I kind of went wrong because I didn't use my own laser projectors, and they weren't color bands too well, so the fades were weird. But Having the fact that I had to rush the show and it turned out so well, and it actually was more of an experiment than it was a real show. I mean, it just was fun to make, and it was very fun to see all the other lasers like going like, "Whoa! I've never seen something like this before." Like, "Whoa! How did they do this?" Or "How did he come up with this?" I used so many techniques and so many weird stuff that people never done before, and they all seem to work. So till now, that is one of my favorite projects. But probably once I finished more shows, like maybe Tombstone Show, I'm not really far with that because I've been one slacking off, two being doing other shows, and three I finally figured out how Steam works and I'm enjoying it, and I'm being distracted by myself for playing Team
Playing TF2
Fortress.
with us.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So I think So Many Wonders will be my favorite project right now. And probably after BronyCon will be my favorite project, but just because it's
Big.
you know one,
And
it's
fun.
big, and two, it's fun, and three, it's just being seeing all those artists the music which I really enjoy, seeing them in real life, talking to them in real life, doing collaborations with them. It's just so great. I actually don't have any words to express that. It's just great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I wouldn't
just
know.
about Steam. Yeah, actually, I had a Steam account for quite a long time. But nobody added me on Steam. I forever alone. Nobody added me on Steam. I didn't buy a game on Steam. I just didn't feel like playing games at all. I stopped playing games slowly. I just went on making laser shows, only specializing in lasers, talking about lasers, everything lasers. My whole life, everything was only about lasers. And then I relaxed up a bit because of people talking to me and stuff again, and people appreciating my work and hanging around with people. So eventually, I came back to the rhythm of playing games again. Doing something with people. So basically, what I'm saying here is that I actually have been kind of locked down when I started doing lasers because I just kept so close with the community of lasers that it only was about lasers and nothing else, just only lasers. So once I started Brony, became a Brony, I loosened up again, and the music also made me relax. So I'm very thankful for that, by the way, and it just made me realize that there's so much more out there. So such a great community, and I've always been a community guy. So basically, it stimulated me to reach out to more people, accept every Brony to my Skype chat. That's why my Skype has increased massively. I think I'm like at, let's see, 171 people on Skype, as far as I know right now. And yeah, I just like talking.
No, it's hard to not like talking.
Well, if you cannot talk,
What? Don't get me with those. Jeez. Muffins or cupcakes?
muffins or cupcakes. I actually was expecting chimichurri or cherry shonga, but let's leave it out here. I must say muffins because cupcakes are so sweet, and I've actually had cupcakes, quite a few, and those were so sweet. I was like, oh no, no. And I actually really like sweet stuff, but this was like so sweet I didn't like it. So I'm gonna go for muffins. Sorry. Muffins.
Yay, muffins are awesome. Because I can
Yes.
eat those things for breakfast and they can have chocolate chips in them.
Yeah, that's also very tasty.
Yes.
I,
Do you feel... Oh, wait, what?
Go ahead, go ahead. No.
Okay. Well, do you feel that Tumblr has become popular due to bronies, or that it was previous to that?
Wow, you're asking me a question that's not really my field.
Well, yeah, it's
I've
not
actually,
necessarily your field, but...
well, I mean, I've been on Tumblr not that long because I never felt like it, and second of all, I haven't been using it at all because people are not really asking me questions, and I think that's the whole point of Tumblr. So when I started being Brony, then I started using Tumblr. So maybe that there's a kind of effect there that people are, bronies or a lot of bronies are using Tumblr. So basically, I think actually I'm gonna say yes to this because there are so many bronies out there using Tumblr, and Tumblr was also a reason. I mean, Bronies was also a reason for me to make a Tumblr account and to start using Tumblr and trying to use Tumblr, trying to figure it out. So yes, I think yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it has. I didn't know what Tumblr was actually until I became a brony, and my friends were like, "Oh my God, Tumblr! Holy crap, Tumblr! 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 Tumblr!" I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. But what advice would you give new artists? Like well, I guess anybody that's willing to start doing this laser technician work.
Don't give up. Don't try to start off too fast. Don't expect too much. Do be sure you have some money in your pocket because it's gonna be a fairly big investment. But once you're done with the investment, you're basically done with it. As far as you're not going to upgrade, which you probably should in the future. But just don't give up. Share your stuff. Ask for questions, or maybe even come to me and ask for help. Yeah, and just don't expect too much from your work right away because you cannot just start from nothing. You cannot just get the best software if you don't have the money for it. You just have to start from scratch. Just keep on going, and you'll probably get better and better. And that's all I can say, I think. Just don't let yourself be pulled off because it sounds complex, it sounds hard. It is hard if you go to an extreme level like I've been. Like I have passed so many difficult techniques that I've like researched myself. But other than that, trying to get started with it, it's not too hard. So yeah, that's my.
Mm-hmm. Um, okay.
It's not really
It's
a
kind
well
of.
tip, but it's kind of plain.
Um, do you have anyone you look to as a role model or a hero?
Yes. What? Wait, myself or someone else?
Do you have anyone you look to as a role model or a hero? I don't know. Do you look to yourself as
Uh,
a role model?
no, 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 no. Um, I actually am thinking right now with that. I think my my hero. Well, at first, it was like the owner of Pangolin, but because they, put me in this world, and my friend Wesley, or I mean, sorry, DNSTGE, but it has changed nowadays. I don't really have a hero, but I'm gonna say, um, yeah, I'm gonna say Tombstone for being such a friendly guy in the community. He's kind of my role model in that sense, because he's so relaxed. He's always helping out. He's like actively promoting my stuff. He's trying to. He likes my stuff. He wants to do collaborations with me, despite I'm not a musician or in any level. I just like his attitude towards others and and his attitude towards me. That he is like a big example for me in a kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, sickness. So yeah, I probably Tombstone is gonna love me for this comment. It's not flirting or anything. It's just saying what I think right now. It's just because I just really like that he helped so much getting me a bit famous on a certain level, or at least known. That's the better word.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a girlfriend slash boyfriend? If yes, is she, he, or brony?
Um, well, I have to be honest right here. No, I actually, it was a very short answer. Actually, no. I used to be. I'm like very just being honest here. I'm just very kind with people. I'm very honest, but I used to be also very shy in my past. I'm also very loyal. So when I like someone, I can like someone for a very, very long time, and I'm hard to get over those things. But yeah, I actually had like love people, but really it didn't turn out well at like 120% of the time. So most of the time, the first time it took too long to actually for me to do something, act. But I did, give for Valentine's Day. I gave her hearts, flowers, and stuff. It just didn't work out well. Second time, it was just plain weird. I just get, in the most weirdest situations and stuff that it just doesn't work out well, and I just have to edit myself or just step out. So no, no, no. I've just not been lucky in that whole thing, what they call love. No, it's just not me.
Okay. It's okay. You'll always have Nick to take you into the closet.
uh, wait, what? Oh, just
Shall we
kidding.
recall the events of last night?
I was just kidding there. I'm just laughing right now.
Nick? Oh my god. I was in the call with Nick when we were all doing that. We were making jokes and stuff about it.
Oh my God, it's just so funny that you're bringing up the chat of yesterday.
To anybody wondering what happened, long story short, one of our friends, Liquid Infirmary, or Infirmity, I still can't pronounce her name, Infirm, but
Just
basically had sex with PJ.
no, he was like typing and he was like saying all these creepy things. And at first I was like, just play the game, just go on with it and try to creep him out before he does creep me out. But then he just kept on going, so long, and I was like, whoa, this dude is going so far, and his words were getting like more extreme and more extreme and more extreme.
Shut up.
And I was like, dude, stop, 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 dude. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so seriously creeped out. And then I contacted, the guy that's hosting Contributor and Radio, Glass, and I said like, dude, you should stop him. I'm getting seriously creeped out right now. And and then I thought I had him, and it just kept going on. It was a very weird chat yesterday. I just don't even get it anymore. Wait,
Yes.
what? Did Glaciers join? Oh, well, that's cool.
Glaze joined what? Tomb joined what?
Oh,
And Pip
Liquid
joined what?
Infirmity. I think he joined the stream thingy.
Infirm's in the chat, yeah.
And anyway, yeah. So and basically, I actually did something similar, but that was actually kind of funny. There was actually I actually know Sickness, which is in the chat right now, by a very weird game. He was thinking that I knew him in person because I was answering questions that he just was making, and I just made some answers up, and they were actually good. And then I got in chat with Sickness, and that was pretty funny too. Hey, neat. We have someone joining there, and it's called Haze and Blaze. That must be Glaze.
Who knows?
Right. Anyway, yeah.
Simpson, I gotta say, what the hell? What? One in the Skype call, Alex S. just pure hates who exactly? Cause
I think
yeah,
actually, if that's funny. He mentions hate and Alex S because my first encounter. Actually, that's what I remember right now. Yeah, suddenly memory comes up. The first stuff I made was actually for something for Alex S. When I saw Alex S's stuff and saw he had a Facebook, I I made a joke, a very bad joke about the arrow in the knee, and I figured out pretty soon he hates arrow in the knee jokes. So he told me that I should go fuck off and should die in a fire. So I pretty much said like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man," and then I started making something. I made him like his logo in laser, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And it was like head banging his head against the keyboard, so there was all kinds of mess on the screen. And then I just started making more stuff. So actually, it's kind of good memory there.
lol.
Yeah, it's a very weird moment, but it was just funny.
Alex was. I only know Alex as a
And
really
also
quiet
because
guy.
of Alex S, I never ever made an arrow in the knee joke ever again, and I'm not gonna make one ever again because they are annoying.
Arrow to the knee jokes are bad.
Yeah,
Really bad.
and if you make one, I
really,
will
really
give him
bad.
the balls or whatever is there between. I don't know. Don't want to know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Hmm. Fine. Fine. Be quiet then. Okay.
yeah.
Has your work outside of art, or I guess your laser art, ever helped your artistic process? If so, how?
my laser art helping artistic process? What do you
Has
mean?
your work outside of art ever helped your artistic process?
Well, yeah, actually, I think it is. It did actually because nowadays when I make laser shows, I write scripts, I write stories, I make characters if I need to make characters. If not, then I don't. And I try to sync stuff up. I'm trying to when I listen to a song, I close my eyes for a bit and try to visualize a certain movement, a certain action, a certain story, and then just I write down a list of keywords nowadays with everything I hear, what I associate with an object or an action or a movement or a scenery, and then I take all those words and then change it into a complete story. And that's how I nowadays make my laser shows. So basically, they have gotten more artistic in a kind of way, and they aren't like what other people do, random effects. My shows are never random effects. They always mean something, at least as far as I know. Um, and yeah, I think also I have to mention when I started my laser shows, I've actually got the news to feature one of my laser shows, and it's actually Nyan Cat. That one actually got featured on the news website in my country,
Nice.
and I shit bricks. Yeah, I shed so many bricks when I saw that. So they added me to my email, and I emailed them, and they replied, and they said like everyone at the TV studio loves this. They are laughing right now. We're gonna post this right now, and they weren't joking. They actually posted, and it's still on there. Actually, I can find the link. Yeah, so that's kind of funny.
You type like a
Yeah,
hardcore person, like me.
I'm so hardcore.
Ugh, so hardcore. No.
Okay, I'm just gonna copy this.
Okay.
Actually, it's Dutch, so you won't be able to read anything. But yeah, it's somewhere in the corner. You could see my laser show playing, and it's also my first laser projector. So the
If
colors
you
aren't
post that in
great.
our Skype chat, if you post that in our
Yeah,
Skype chat,
also, I post
Rainbow
on the
Brony
Skype
can.
chat and in the IRC.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I was gonna say if you post that in the Skype chat, Rainbow Brony can read it because he is Dutch.
Okay, awesome.
Not this Skype chat, but the other Skype chat, the TBR one, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh my God, someone's reading stuff I can't understand and stuff with places and whatnot. Okay, so I'm gonna just go and
Please
ask
stay.
the next question.
Wait, Chrome translates. Oh, okay. Yeah, Chrome does translate.
Yeah, Chrome translates
Oh yeah,
everything. I love Chrome for that. I love I love
I
most
have.
services that have translators built in.
Huh, nice.
Um, are you a part of any Brony sub factions, such as the New Lunar Republic, Solar Empire?
I have no freaking clue what you mean right here. I don't think I am because I don't know what you mean. But I think if you mean like the Facebook Bronies page, well, I manage that. So basically, I am in a kind of. I actually am in a group called Bronies for Ghost. And Bronies community, Bronies forever, a laser group. Oh, that's not important. Not now. Yeah, Bronies for Ghosts, Bronies Forever, and I'm a member of every pony forums, and that's it. Yep. If that's what you mean, if it's not, then it's a no.
Well, yeah. The New Lunar Republic is like people believing that, or it's people basically coming together and banding together, saying that Luna should become the new ruler, or the new ruler of Equestria to
Well,
vanquish the tyrant Celestia.
well, actually, because you just said ruler, it made me remind of this guy with this boot on his hat that said that everyone should have a pony with him and stuff. I'm a voting for president.
Lol. Well, that's actually pretty awesome. But, um,
I would,
yeah.
if I could, I would.
And then
I think it's
Solar
the
Empire is the other
magnificent
way.
something. I always keep forgetting that name.
If you ever want to know what those things are, you could just Google, and then you'll find out what the New Lunar Republic and the Solar Empire are. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
What do you currently do for work, and how does it impede, if at all, with your bronyhood?
Well, what I do for work is laser graphics, selling to other companies, selling laser projectors, but I don't sell to the USA because there are some very fucked up laws with certain. Well, not because my equipment is really safe. It's all safe. It's not that it doesn't qualify as any unsafe things. But the thing is, they have this kind of market protection, which they hide in the form of the variants. Actually, not pronouncing it well, but a variance. That's it, variance. And it's so difficult to apply to those rules and actually get a response from the FDA, get the right papers. And if you change one screw in your design, literally one screw, you have to pay $1,000 again to get the design approved. It's just not worth for me to sell to those to the US. But yeah, I just deliver graphics to other laser companies. I do shows, not on a too much basis right now, but I'm actually trying to focus on doing more shows myself because those actually bring up a lot of money compared to selling a graphic show. And I'm actually working on, well, iTunes. I've actually working on a project for quite a few months right now, and it's I consider it the iTunes for laser shows. So another laserist will go on the site, see a laser show, he likes it, he downloads it, and he pays for it, and he can just use it, and it's protected to his hardware and stuff, so people cannot illegally distribute it. It's at least a bit of a form of protection there. And also there will be free shows on there, of course. And also I'm going to do something with that too, that all laserists, because sending is always kind of the hard thing with laser shows, sending them to someone else, is that I'm going to offer people to upload their laser shows. So I advertise and promote their laser shows, if they are good, of course. And then just, a very small percentage of the show sale, each show sale goes to me, and the rest just goes to them. So that's basically what I'm doing. It was kind of my own idea there. They all come off my head. I don't have anybody else helping me out. I don't have anybody else giving me advice. It's all what I need to do myself. I'm just all alone for it. I just don't have anybody for those stuff.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
How do your friends or family feel about your involvement in the pony fandom? Do they know?
That's a fun question. I do know that my brother knows. About my parents, I don't think they know. I think they sort of know. They partially know. I actually never realized that, but I think they think it's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure about that, and it's pretty hard to convince a thought like that if it's there. But yeah, I just don't care. I mean, it's just like anime. I've been the only one in the family that enjoys anime, and I mean, you can mind it yourself, but there's no reason to, because they're not going to appreciate it more or less if you're trying to explain it in this case, because I tried it, but it doesn't work. So I'm just doing it myself because I like it myself, and that's the most important part. If I enjoy it, why should I bother that someone else doesn't? As long as I don't, harm anyone or really, really bother someone, it's no problem. I just should be able to do this just because I wanted to.
Moonwolf talking about going into ghost stuff after the interview.
Well,
Of
it's
course you
not.
wanna
They
learn
don't
about ghost
hate.
stuff.
They don't hate. They don't forbid me to do this. I live in a family that is actually pretty loose with stuff. They let me do my own stuff. They don't block stuff for me. They don't monitor my PC. They don't monitor anything, and that's actually a good thing because I have to decide for myself. I have to decide for myself what's wrong and what's right. And these are the things that actually they are weird, but they're not wrong at all. Actually, I think they are very good actually to have. It's just very open. It shows that you're not afraid to show who you are.
Yeah. You should probably be happy you don't live in a family where I'm apparently not allowed to have a YouTube account.
For instance.
Yeah, for instance. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Have you been down the pink aisle? If so, what was it
What
like
the
for
hell's the
you?
pink owl?
The pink aisle is the nickname for the aisle in any like general store, I guess you could say, that contains all of the girl toys. More specifically, the pony toys.
No. Actually, I'm very honest about this. No, I haven't been yet, but I'm probably gonna be very soon.
I've only ever been down there once. I got a rarity toy. I
Actually,
also have an item from
what I'm
Christmas.
disappointed about is that they don't have a vinyl scratch there. Very likely. If they do,
Mm,
I'm
no.
going. Nah.
You
See,
can't. You can't buy
that's
the. You can't. There's not even a vinyl scratch released from Hasbro yet. You'll have to buy if you want to get that. It'd have to be custom ordered.
yeah, precisely. That sucks.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna do it sometime. But actually, it's not that I haven't got the guts for it, but just no reason yet to
Well,
actually go.
it's pretty
Well, maybe.
awesome, and if you actually go through with it, it actually feels pretty cool to do it because you
Yeah,
feel
it's
better.
pretty cool. I can imagine that.
Um, yeah, yeah. I've like I said, I've been down there once. I have three toys now because my sister got one from McDonald's and threw it at me because she was like, "Oh, what is this? Oh, I don't want this." Blah 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 blah. So I got it. I have a pink Celestia now. That's our McDonald's toy from the new line of McDonald's toy that they just released. I don't know why they made her pink again, but they did. And I have a rarity that I got from Walmart because I went with one of my friends who's also a Brony, and they didn't have Rainbow Dash or Fluttershy. They only had Rarity and Applejack, so I got Rarity. And
Awesome.
yeah, pretty awesome actually. And then for Christmas, if you've ever seen any of the blind bag ponies, they actually do sell the blind bag ponies in just straight up boxes that you can like not like blind bag ones. They're just the same. Basically, you take the blind bag pony out of the blind bag and then you put it in a different case. And that's basically what I got in my stocking for Christmas from my parents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess they've come to par with the fact that I'm a brony. My dad, I never even really told my dad, but he seemed to be okay with it. When my mom was like, "Oh, you get your little toy," I'm like, "Yes, yes, I got my little rarity toy."
Well, I
I'm
just
very
mean it's
happy.
like with anime figures. I have some, and I just have them. I mean, my family response wasn't too positive about it, but I mean, what do you do about it? Just ignore it. It's like haters go hate a bit. That's actually kind of the thing that bugged me at first, But since I'm an otaku, I've been an otaku. Um, it's not really too difficult to step over to something else at all.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
and
already been to
yeah,
that step.
it's pretty awesome that you're willing to put stuff up. I mean, in all fairness, it is just an opinion. Like if you like something, it is just an opinion, and other people should realize that and not care for it.
I mean, if someone bothers the stuff you do bothers him, you just shouldn't watch it. You just shouldn't. He doesn't have to watch it. He doesn't have to do anything with it. He just can, accept it, or not accept it, or just go away. One of the three. Well, actually, not accepting is actually going away. Just go away. Simple as that. There's just nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my dad really cared when he found, or well, I had that rarity toy up there for about a month, and nobody asked me about it, and yeah, at all. And my dad has like a massive collection of Star Wars figurines and Kiss
Oh, awesome.
figurines. Have you ever heard of the band Kiss?
Yes.
Like just
Oh
he
man,
has
Kiss.
collectibles, like ridiculously overpriced collectibles. He has an autographed poster from them, and I'm like, you know what? That is the exact same as me.
I actually know Kiss hates lasers because someone shined a laser pointer at them and they were like raging out on the stage. It's
Well, they
actually kind
don't.
of funny.
Yeah, yeah, they don't. I can understand that
Still
though. It's because they
hilarious.
think lasers are
Well,
overpriced and
I can
pointless.
actually understand that, but actually there's a reason. Most laserists actually, for a fact, hate laser pointers. I hate them. It's not that I'm gonna rage at someone when he has one, but most of the time those things get abused,
Yeah.
especially the ones with wicked lasers. I actually had someone actually say that I should join the forums, and I was like, no, 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 because wicked lasers makes laser pointers look like toys. They actually made one a double-sided laser once. It's actually kind of dangerous because you don't know where you're pointing at. The powers is way too high, and since you're moving the beam very slowly compared to a laser projector, this is extremely dangerous. It's just
Mm-hmm.
they're
Well,
just
yeah,
doing it to make money and not caring about anything with safety.
The things will burn paper and melt skin. Or not melt skin. They'll
Well,
melt
burn paper melts
plastic.
skin, but they also shred eyes when they
Yeah.
hit someone's eyes. And I
Yeah.
actually cannot forgive someone for making stuff look like toys. And imagine if a 5-year-old kid gets hit in the eye and he cannot see anymore. I mean, that's just horrible. He gets kind of provoked because it looks like a toy, and then for the rest of his life, the kid has a black spot in his vision, and he's gonna have to deal with that or live with that. And you
Yeah.
know, because he's 5 year old, he doesn't know better or something. You cannot just blame a kid for doing something like that. They're just always, and
I
that's just what I hate for some people that actually do such thing or make such stuff and just make it so it's available to 5 year old kids. It's just not normal anymore. I mean, of course you can forbid it. Of course those kids shouldn't have those things, but they get them and they make them look like they are for young kids, and that's the whole problem there.
The only things that I can ever justify for having lasers for, or laser pointers for that matter, are like actually using them for presentations, like I do, because our school or the high school I'm in is outfitted. Every classroom is outfitted with at least three or at least one projector, and half the classrooms in the school are outfitted with smart boards, which basically means that our teachers make us do a lot of presentations like
Yeah, the pointing. That's
PowerPoints and
actually what
stuff.
they're for.
Yeah, that's what they're for. I mean, using them to
I mean,
point
and
out
that's the
stuff
whole
and
thing. I mean, when you realize some people are hyping over pointers, it's all cool and stuff. The thing is, other than pointing at stuff, what can you do with them? You point at stars, but you also could point at an airplane. You point at eyes. You point at people. I mean, there's just so much things that could go wrong, and so few things that you could actually do with a pointer at all. So people that stash out a lot of money for a laser pointer, well, that cannot be good. They just maybe
yeah,
some people like the beams and just want to see a laser beam, but most of the people don't.
yeah,
They
and
just want
they're
to do something.
yeah, but that's completely understandable. And one of the other things I can justify with having laser pointers on is weaponry, because it is a precision
It's a
method.
weapon. It's
Not,
a
well, not
weapon. Yeah.
necessarily, not necessarily just like I mean mounting it on weapons, like the U.S. governments and stuff
Uh,
mounting lasers on weapons. I can
yeah, that's okay.
understand that. That helps because I mean it is for aiming and it does save. It conserves ammo, which saves the government money. Because the last thing I want to do is to fucking run around knowing that some kid's probably running around with hip firing something because he can't see where the pointer's going. So it makes me feel better to know that they're at least outfitting some of the weapons with them, and that's okay with me. Also, using the things for distractions. If you're on an actual like Marine Corps mission, you can use a laser pointer as a pretty good distraction. Like, and those are good things to do it with. But if you start pointing them in people's faces, or just buy a laser pointer just cause, no, don't do that. I do understand where you're coming from with that, and it does annoy the hell out of me when people get laser pointers for no reason. I've had like three in my life. I'm not allowed to have Nerf guns or paintball guns or airsoft guns or anything like that because my parents are afraid of me going on rampages or something and killing people. I don't know. So I've lived an entirely secure life my entire life. So kids that with laser pointers that are like, oh man, laser pointer, who I'm gonna point this in somebody's eyes. You're a fucking moron. Go die.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mac, Windows, or Linux.
Windows. Definitely.
Yay.
First of all, there is no laser software for a Mac. There will never be one, as far as I know. There is no laser software for Linux. There will never be one, as far as I know. Um, Also, since I was young, I started working with Windows. And I've never changed before. Of course, Windows can get viruses, blah blah blah. But it's not that Macs are perfect either. It's just no operating system is perfect. But it's just because actually I'm not really into the fight of Mac or Windows. But I'm just giving my opinion here that I prefer Windows myself. But it's just they say this operating system is better at that, this operating system is better at that, but it's not true because you can get the same applications or similar applications for almost any operating system out there except your DOS operating system. But that's you know any operating system is far from perfect. I mean, maybe Windows has a very nice video editing program included, but it's not the actual operating system. I mean, it's just there's so many stuff, and always people will find some way to contradict your argument. It's just Windows for me, and just don't argue with that because I'm just gonna keep saying Windows anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna and I'm just gonna keep using Windows.
And you're saying that programs are compatible with everything. That's not necessarily true.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying compatible with everything, but there are always similar programs which can do the
yeah,
same thing in another operating system, and there's just hardly anything out there that doesn't, isn't being able to do in a different operating system. For example, if you want to run laser software, you can run laser software if you use Boot Camp, if you run Windows. But then again, go back to the Windows and Mac argument. You're running a Mac, so why don't you run Mac? Why do you need a Windows to run Mac? That's pointless. So I mean, I just don't have a reason to use a Mac because all the software I need is for me there on Windows. I mean, I'm just not even gonna think about switching ever.
yeah.
I mean, I looked
And
at it,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. Linux is better for web programming, web developing, and game or well anything related to program development.
agree. I very much agree,
It's
and it's also
just because of the OS compatibility, because they all have
yeah,
different
and also
kinds of
because
ways of
it's
working.
actually cheaper for a hoster to have Linux than Windows. Windows servers are very expensive.
Yeah.
But here's the fact: my server is actually a Windows server, and it's not because I wanted to. I actually wanted it to be a Linux server. But the thing is, I had to do some automatic encryption, and it required me to use a Windows server. So I'm basically paying a lot of money to get that Windows server running. All the encryption stuff, and it is a pain in the ass, but I just didn't have a choice. So don't
Yeah.
blame me for making that one.
And then Mac is good for music development and graphic development.
Actually,
And
I
yeah,
have to kind of agree and disagree at the same time because Fruity Loops, Ableton, GarageBand, as far as I know, it's GarageBand for Windows, but
no,
all those programs. No, okay. Anyway, Fruity Loops, Ableton stuff. Those are all work on Windows. So I mean, if you
yep,
work with Ableton and just Ableton, then Windows is fine too. But just because you have GarageBand, maybe I would say Mac is a little bit better for audio editing, but certainly not far the
yep.
best or something.
Well, and it's not just the fact that the programs run on it; it's also the OS stability and the way that the OS system actually works.
Yeah,
Because every OS
that's
is
actually true.
different,
That's true. I have to agree.
and it's not like
Yeah, some
every
certain
operating
things. Yeah,
system. Yeah, and Windows is just universal.
yeah, it's
You
true.
could almost say it's the best of the best, but it's also the worst of the worst
But it does
because
offer the most software, and that's the whole thing.
yeah.
It offers me the most when you look at it from a very broad perspective. But still, it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Uh,
this will be taking whiles if we go deeper and deeper in a Windows Mac argument.
I was
So
about to end it actually, but
plus
okay.
people might hate me for saying Windows and
Lol.
Lunar Republic. Bye bye.
Are you?
Uh,
Are you? No, no, no. Not allowed to continue. You're not allowed to continue. Not allowed.
hmm
I'm
What?
gonna continue now. Jeez, God, what were you thinking? Did you have anything else to say?
No, no,
Oh, okay,
not at all.
okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't cutting you off and being a douche about it. But, are you excited by Fighting is Magic and/or Equestria Online and/or Pony Cart coming along soon?
I watched Equestria Online. I'm very excited to it. I'm looking forward to it. Fighting is Magic. I mean, the animation, the 2D animation looked terrific. I'm not really a fan of fighting games, but still, it looks kind of fun. Would love to try it out. I'm mostly looking forward to Equestria Online, but because I'm a fan of MMOs and stuff, I just like playing a game with multiple people instead of playing it on your own most of the time. And about the card game, it looks. I've seen the like environment. It looked great. I found the art style cool. I'm not sure if it's going to be repetitive though, a card game, but still, it looks kind of nice. Should
I
say
think
I'd
it looks
still give it
good.
a.
It's
I'd
like
still
Mario
give it a
Kart, except
try.
better. Yeah,
I
yeah,
like Mario Kart.
yeah. Mario Kart is awesome. That's why I was
I
looking
still have
forward to
an
it.
NES. I used to still play Mario Kart NES version. I mean SNES version from time to time, just because it's so epic. Especially
Yeah.
if you're with people, it's just you can fill a day with that.
Call me hipster for saying this, but I knew about Ponycart before it was on EQD. I got
Uh,
bored one day and I'm like, my god, they should make a mod for Mario Kart. Or like make a game like Mario Kart except with ponies. Googled Pony Kart and it came up. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Can I be a part of your project? No. No, alright then.
you know,
I didn't have any. I don't have anything to offer them. I mean, other than advertising, which I'm doing. I actually asked them when they posted on EQD and said that they were finally like getting started and stuff. I asked if I could advertise, and I now have permission from them to advertise for them. So that's why I added them to our list of questions.
huh, okay.
Yeah,
Comment me below.
yeah, I do that. Okay. No, 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 no. What is your opinion on the state of Bronydom? Like, how do you feel as a whole how we are perceived?
I wasn't there from the start, so I cannot completely give a fair opinion on that. But I think it's doing great. I actually heard something about some people claiming they're well claiming. I mean, just saying they're bronies, and that somehow made them brony. And then they're like they're not really love intolerance. They're not really nice to other bronies. They're not nice to other people. So actually, I don't have a fair opinion on this. And I think it's going well as far as I know. I mean, the community has gone so humongous, and if you look at it from a very wide scale, it's doing pretty great. And I still hope it will be doing great in the future, which I probably do think so. I just keep thinking positive too, because I mean, I don't think there's anything worrying out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, people will do some strange things. Sure, people will get mad, but that's very common in even the most biggest communities ever. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Okay. Uh, are you on Tumblr? And if so, do you follow any of the Ask Ponies? If so, what are your
Yes,
favorites?
yes. I mentioned earlier, like started Tumblr for bronies and stuff, and I am not. I was actually trying to figure out Tumblr and actually got used to it nowadays, kinda. Um, but yeah, I actually the first one that followed me and I went following was Alex S. He actually was the first one to actually press the follow button, as far as I know. Uh, and yeah, I don't get questions too often. That's kind of sad, but still, when I get a question, I will answer it. And I'm very happy with questions. I like answering questions, so. Actually, getting off topic of the question, I think. Can you answer the
Not
questions
necessarily.
once more? So it was about following, about people following me and stuff.
Oh, no, it was do you follow any of the Ask Ponies? And if
Yeah.
so, what are your favorite Ask Ponies?
Oh, ask ponies. Okay. Ask Flora questions, and I liked the ask Apple Bloom. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, and I do follow, Tombstone, Glaze. I don't follow Mike the Microphone. It's just me. I'm very sorry, but that's just my opinion. Just don't feel like following. I follow, yeah, Living Tombstone, and I don't follow that many people yet because I actually don't use Tumblr too much yet, but I'm trying to improve that. Um, I also follow Ask Ditsy Do just because she posted a very funny video of Derpy dancing to some very catchy music, which is how do you call it? Electro swing. Yeah. So actually, Tommy XE made me addicted to electro swing, which I never heard before of until Tommy XE. And Tombstone apparently made Tommy XE familiar with electro swing, so it should, that electro swing kind of thing actually came from Tombstone. But yeah, that's getting off topic again.
Not necessarily. I mean, it doesn't matter if you get off topic. If I do, then I need to be reset. But
Okay.
no, I don't have a reset button. Don't go looking for it. No, I'm kidding. Um, are you on Pony Square, Rainbow Dash Network, etc.?
Yeah. I'm on Pony Square. I'm not on Rainbow Dash Network. I might make an account today, just because you mentioned it. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, of course, Twitter, which I am known as MasterPG55, not 555, because actually my old habit is adding a 5 and not another 5 to stuff. Actually, I threw 3 new invites to Pony Square, so I'm gonna click accept on here. But yeah, that's actually basically where I'm on. Every Pony Square, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, um, YouTube, and that's about it. Yep.
Uh-huh. All right. Let me just head back over here. How do you deal with crazy and creepy fans?
Most of the time, I don't try to shoot them away because, I mean, they're just very excited about my work. And in what way do you mean creepy, actually? Let me make it easier for myself. Define creepy.
Okay, well, do you want an example from Little Miss Rarity?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's very graphic, but okay.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead.
I have a butt plug in my anus right now, and my intestines are filled with horse cum. Do you want to pull out the butt plug so I can, and then drink the excrements?
Oh my god, that's kind of. Um, uh,
That's the
I
that's
think
the
that's
example
more.
as a crazy and creepy fan.
I actually think that's more of a joke than it is creepy, but still, I just wouldn't comment on on such a weird thing or just joke and just say yeah sure and just say something you don't mean just because sometimes people will go away if they're trying to be creepy or just doing it on purpose. But if I notice someone is being creepy and is like serious about it, I will just say no thanks or just just don't freak out and just say no it's fine, it's cool, dude, just no or something. I just don't try to ban or shoo away anyone just because you don't have to do it. And there's always another way to approach someone and just you know, that notice that you don't like how he acts towards you. Because it could also be trolling, for instance, just because if it freaks you out, they know that you're very sensitive to stuff like that. You don't show your vulnerabilities to people. It's just not wise. Do, 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 do.
Mm-hmm. God. What the hell? Liquid
What's up?
Infirm. What do you mean? Am I
Wait,
in
hold
love?
on.
Clarifying what you mean by am I in love? Because you basically said that after I said what one of Little Miss Rarity's fans
How
said.
do I do it tie the pony? Well, I just put on an extra party hats and have you dancing and just give you a thumbs up and then just say, yay, dance more. That's what I do.
What?
I actually don't know. I just said, like, he said, how do you deal with me? And I just said that he should put on the party hat and just dance some more. And I will just give him a thumbs up and just say, yay, dance more. And that's how I deal with tie the pony.
Okay.
Yeah, so
What's your
just keep him
favorite?
busy.
What's your favorite song from the show?
Oh, actually, Giggle at the Ghosty. It's so catchy. I mean, I don't even know the lyrics very well. One of the few songs I actually don't remember lyrics in songs too often, but "Giggle at the Ghosty" is actually, and also I like. How do you, wait, I actually forgot this one. Uh, yeah, with all you need to take a cup of flour, add it to the mix. I just don't know how you call that song, but I really love that one too.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes, there it is. That's the two songs I like the most.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you deal with time constraints? Do you give yourself deadlines for your projects?
Sometimes I do. I've actually been doing that often, more often, because when I don't, I lately, especially lately, I have the tendency to slack off. So when I give myself some time constraints, it forces me to just, for example, yesterday I think I told to not to play Team Fortress 2 because I had to do stuff that I really needed to finish, and even despite I really wanted to play Team Fortress 2, I just said no because I set myself a time constraint. So basically, the first start, I didn't need to set any time constraints because there wasn't anything, distracting, and I don't mind people distracting me at all. It's not that I hate it, but since I just enjoy it so much, all this attention, it's becoming addictive to pay attention to so much attention and then just slack off. So yes, I'm doing that.
Uh-huh. I see, I see. Um, I think I don't. Yeah, this will be last question before I have to read all of Ty's questions because he gave me like thousands. But
Oh my
what is your
god,
what is your sexual orientation?
male. No, wait, what? I mean like female. Sorry. What do you
Heterosexual.
mean? Yes.
Okay.
Why did I say that? Wait, I'm a fill in. I will add tie the pony into it just because he can laugh then.
Okay. Okay. Ever.
No, just kidding, just kidding.
I'm
Uh,
just gonna.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say heterosexual. Yeah. Phil. Yeah.
Okay.
Phil.
Um, will you attend BronyCon and what will you do there?
Okay. Yeah, I will attend to BronyCon. I will be doing a live set with Living Tombstone. I will be making a graphic show to this. Um, yeah, so I don't know what songs we're gonna do and stuff in the live set, but we'll actually make. You will give me some kind of playlist with stuff that I can use in advance, and then I'll make a graphic show to it because pre-made shows are better than live played shows, and I just like them more than live shows. Um, and also, I heard something about. Well, actually, I think I proposed that, but we're gonna do some kind of dance off because Tombstone is best dancer, just to be honest. And since I made a video of me dancing, I'm gonna do it too. So basically, there will be dancing, there will be lasers, there will be ponies, laser ponies, music, music, and more laser ponies. That's it. And probably some extras to it, maybe some extra twists and turns and stuff. I don't know, but it's gonna be fun.
Yes, because he's one of those lucky bastards that actually gets to go.
Yeah, it's kind of the trouble, but also it's. I mean, when I knew I could attend to BronyCon, I approached every Brony artist, like saying like, "Come to BronyCon. You mean it's gonna be awesome? And we're all gonna be there." And many responded to that, and some actually went on considering on going, and some actually said yes, or yes, I'm going, or wait, is he going? I'm going too now, and stuff like that. It's just amazing. So it's gonna be big, big, and another big. The hell? Oh.
You're receiving a text message.
No, it was my phone going off, but I'm not gonna pick up.
Okay.
Somebody's calling from downstairs. What the hell? Anyway,
All right. Continue as soon as I can open the next page. Have you caught Tombstone yet?
no, but I will try to take a fishing net with me and catch him on BronyCon. Wait, it sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't watch what you say. Nick is in the chat. Hey,
Yeah, hold on. Should be
he
careful.
might think that you have some weird fetishes or something, and then abuse you for them.
Oh my god. No.
I don't want to know what Nick can do with the fishing net.
Just a second.
All right. Damn it, Ty! You gave me so many questions.
I'm sorry for the interruption. I'm back.
It's all right.
Um. So yeah. No, I haven't catch the tombstone yet. He's walking so fast. He's walking left and right and up and down. I don't know. I haven't catch him yet, as far as I know. But I will catch him soon
Lol.
in a laser show.
Ooh, in the
Yeah, it
laser
sounds like
show.
that actually sounds like a plan. This whole broadcast just inspired me to do the ending of Catch the Tombstone. Yes.
I'm harmless.
No,
Wait,
serious. I'm
fishnet? Never
serious.
mind.
I'm
No.
not joking.
Are you a furry?
No, definitely no. I'm not.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Actually, no, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if people like that, sure, go ahead. It's not my problem. The thing is, when I first, this is actually kind of weird and stuff. When I first joined Facebook, there was like this guy that added me to Facebook, and he was like a furry, and he was trying to convince me that I'm a furry or something, and that I like that guy, and that he wants to be with me and blah 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 blah. Blah. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And actually, he approached me yesterday again, and like all these months, he comes back out of nothing and just does the same thing all over again, as if he forgot. And it's just like so weird. And I'm like, man, it never stops. But I don't feel like blocking people, but actually at the same time, I feel like, maybe I should. No. But he doesn't post on my wall those disturbing things. If he would, then I might consider, getting him off there because I don't like the fact that someone posts weird stuff on my profile because that's actually kind of serious profile and some people that aren't as tolerant to weird things as me might find it disturbing and it's kind of chasing away from me. You know, I then get the feeling that I chase people away because it's just weird and I'm not like that. So no, I'm definitely not a furry.
Okay. Alrighty then.
She asked that.
What?
Oh, Hazen Blaze asked that. Okay, I just was
He, wa-
wondering
he
who
was
asked
he
it.
wasn't even really asking it. It was apparently a joke, but I still wanted to ask it because yeah.
Oh, oh, okay.
I
Anyway,
am I am a furry, so it's kind of question you ask.
yeah. Well, I
Um
don't hate. Just make that clear.
yeah, okay, jeez, God. At least you're not like Sethesto, who utterly hates them, which pisses me off because I understand that in most cases this isn't true, or most people deny it, but basically bronies are furries. Basically.
They're partially, if they are a fan of the club, then the yes factor could be a lot higher. I think.
Well, in order to be a furry, you just have to like the viewpoint of animals through artistic artistic depiction through animals of anthropomorphic and or feral art. Which basically means if you
Mm.
like art of animals, any kind of animal, you are classified according to the description of being a furry. You are classified as a furry, which basically means that bronies are furries. And I'm not going to get into an argument with this because it caused a
So
big argument a long time ago.
basically, I said no, but it's actually yes. Then
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I mean, the big thing is that people are like,
I cannot argue with that. So if
yeah,
that's the fact, if that's the truth, then yes. But if it's not, I mean, then it's no. Because well, to be honest, if that's the truth you're saying right now, then I have to say yes. But it's not on the extreme factor. Then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
No, it's not like you have to go to like you don't have to wear a frickin'. Oh
wait,
my God!
whoa.
Shut up, Periwinkle. But, um, like it's just it doesn't seem like the kind of thing like it's not. There's nothing wrong with that or anything. It's just I mean, if you don't want to classify yourself as a furry, don't classify yourself as a furry. It's just I seem that it is still something that
Well, the first
occurs.
thing I associate is the more extreme type of furry. That's just me. But no, I actually then if that's I actually think you have a point there. So I actually gonna change my answer no to a yes then because of that. Hmm.
TBR is hosted out of Israel. Since when was
Hey,
TBR
is it
hosted out of
teaching?
Israel? Last
Yeah.
I checked it, I'm not in Israel.
Oh well, you can always visit Tombstone then. Ooh, yay! Just kidding.
That was kind
Anyway,
of weird. I'm still kind of questioning what the hell you mean by TBR is hosted out of Israel. Even better than that, why the fuck do you still listen to our streams? Well, you live in Israel? No, you don't.
no, of course not. I live in the Netherlands.
I didn't think you did.
I cannot type. I can just type gibberish and say it's Israel, and hopefully people will believe it. But no.
How did you become a moderator of the Bronies Furry Facebook community page?
Oh, okay. So I can announce his name right now because he's actually kind of gone, and it's kind of sad. But I cannot tell you why because that's private. But the Terry Knight was actually one of the first guys I met on, for example, Facebook. And he claims to be, I actually do believe it, he claims to be one of the founders, or actually one of the, one of the guys that made Brony come up. And he's a very old Brony. He made the Brony's Celestia page, he made the Brony's Luna page, he made a lot of those Brony community pages. He was in touch with so many Brony game assignments, like I think also Equestria Online. He knows so many people out there. It's just insane that I had to believe that it's true. But he was the first guy that actually brought me in touch with some people, and also one of the first guys that he started making posts on the big Celestia page when it had like 90,000 views instead of the 20,000 right now, and he made shout outs and posted some of my videos or pictures and said like, this is laserpon3's work and this is his work and that, and I didn't ask for this, but he just did it for me, just being nice. And so I went and talking with this guy, and he was having a hard time, and helped him out sometimes, cheer him up, and ask for what did he think that was cool, and I actually made something for him once because he goes by the name Nightstar Pony, and there's actually a video on YouTube called something with the spinning around that I made with School and stuff that says it's for Nightstar Pony. That's actually for him. And he also brought me in touch with Purple Tinker. He knew Purple Tinker, and he knew the best way to contact her, which actually made me a BronyCon VIP. So he knew so much stuff, and then eventually just decided to make me an administrator to manage everything, involve me in certain stuff. He approaches many of the artists to warn them for stuff, to inform them for stuff, to ask them for interviews, and all those stuff, kind of stuff. He knows Visto, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he had so much influence. It's just insane. And then so he had to leave and never returned yet. Yeah, that's how it works, I think. Yeah. It's pretty strange.
I'm trying to look for good questions in here. There's a lot of weird questions, but...
Let me check. Let me judge it
in
there.
what light spectrum is laser in? Or what light spectrum laser is in?
Every light is in the light spectrum. So I don't get the question. The thing is, let me explain light very in a nutshell. A light scatters all the way around compared to laser. And also light is of many wavelengths, which means wavelengths are actually colors. So if you have that specific wavelength, like 650 is, for example, red, 640 is also still red, and if you go further, it gets orange. So every color of light, every specific color of light has its own wavelength. So when you have like a green laser, for instance, most of the time when you're talking about a green laser, it's in the wavelength called 532. That's actually green, color green. When you have a red laser, it's in 640 or 645. That's red. If you have blue, you're in 445. That's blue. So you have all these numbers that all make, show which color it is. So they're all light is in the light spectrum, but there is a difference between a visible light spectrum and the non-visible light spectrum. And infrared, for example, is a non-visible light spectrum. So the question didn't make much sense to me. It was a kind of complex question for some people, I think. Oh, sea sickness? Oh, too late.
Sickness didn't. Yeah, Sickness already left.
Yeah, I thought so.
So your
Still.
comment was on deaf ears, but whatever.
Anyway,
Um, what? That's more of a statement than anything. Not really a question. So, um, mm, 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 mm. When you did Flutter Wonder Laser Show, why didn't you
yeah.
use Fluttershy's head on it instead you used a random anime girl?
Well, I actually can explain that. It was just before I became really Brony. And second of all, and second of all, well, I was working on a so-called real-time. I actually own the only real-time 3D laser rig in existence. I made that one, and I had it ready on my PC. And I promised to make a show for a laser meeting. So I was like, what music am I going to choose? And it was just before I became a Brony. So I was looking already for the music, and I knew this song from Pinkie Pie's for it. I just didn't was anything with ponies. I wasn't associating it anything with ponies. That's why there is nothing in it that actually associates with it, other than the music. But I just liked the music. It was very catchy. So I went on this Dropbox, got out the instrumental, and I found the instrumental too empty. And so I spliced up the vocal version and the non-vocal version and made it the vocals a bit less. And then I just made the whole show, and I tried to use some new techniques called object separation. So one projection gets sliced into half, and the other projector gets the other half, and that makes a complete image that's less flickery for the eyes. So that's basically the whole reason why I made that show. Yeah.
I see. Um, Ty the Pony also asked, "Do you have naughty dreams about ponies?"
No, definitely not.
Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Flutter bitch or flutter guy?
uh, oh my god, that's a tough one. I actually find the name Flutter Beach very funny, but I'm gonna go for a Flutter guy. She's an evil enchantress. I'm gonna go for Flutter guy, guys.
Wait, what?
You asked me Flutter Bitch or Flutter guy, and I said Flutter guy.
Okay. Moonwolf asked, "What was your reaction when you got featured on EQD?"
Oh my god, that's actually kind of funny. I wasn't, first of all, I wasn't really looking on EQD too much. I knew it was popular. I just didn't have a reason to look. So I was just browsing around, and suddenly I was watching my YouTube, and I saw like the comments, the inbox was like, I think it was like 10 or something. I was like, whoa, what the hell, 10? And then I went looking, and I saw this, one of my videos was like getting comments spammed, and I was like, what the hell's going on? So I commented. Actually, the comment's still there somewhere, very far back. But I was like asking for, why are there so many comments? And then suddenly someone there to give me the answer and said, you're featured on EQD, and I was like, EQD, what? What's that? And I didn't know EQD standard for Equestria Deity at the time. So I said, well, that's actually an old one, I think. Um, that's not my first feature there, Tide Pony. But then I asked for a link, but eventually I didn't get a response that quick enough because I was really excited. So I went on looking on YouTube, went on browsing to EQD, and eventually found the nightly wrap up or something. And then I saw my Fluttershy Yay animation standing on the side, and I looked at the view count of that site because it's going insane, of course. And I was just like, oh my fucking hell, oh my god. And I was like hitting, I just toggled the caps key and just went typing caps, everything in caps. Like, oh yes, fuck yes, we're awesome. And began posting everywhere that I was featured on Equestria Daily, and whoa. And in my own video, I went on posting like, whoa, I'm featured on Equestria Daily. And Eventually, I think a few days, I think 2 days ago, 1 day ago, I'm not sure. Let me see, what's the date? Yesterday, yes, yesterday. I got featured on Equestria Daily again. And of course, I didn't know it again because I don't check Equestria Daily too often, which I'm going to try and do more often. But someone submitted my laser show of Wooden Toaster to Equestria Daily, and I suddenly found another increase in comments, and I just someone again told me you're featured on Equestria Daily, and I was like, whoa, man! And then I just went on looking again on Equestria Daily, found the post, and then I always add it to my description if I'm featured. So yeah, basically I was like having a party right here for myself.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay, well, I think that's all I really got.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, sure,
We're
Ty gave me
already,
a lot of questions, and Ty, you gave me a lot of questions, but
there
none of
are a
them are
lot of
really good
questions.
enough to ask. I apologize if that
Well, I
sounds
mean, the
rude,
questions
but
weren't too bad actually. They were kind of good because we actually planned to do the interview on a different time, but we just planned on doing it right now. So this was pretty good. Are you with other brownies in your area? Well, the thing is, actually, you should ask the question, right? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it doesn't really matter, man. You've already said it, so you can continue.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, I live in a kind of well, I live close to the city, but at the same time, it's kind of deserted. You know, in a close range, my location is kind of deserted. So that's already one of the things. But the thing is, no, I don't have any bronies near. I do know a few, but they are too far to just visit out of the blue. So basically, not on a close distance. No, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would love to have some bronies that live like close, so I could just visit them or just say like, hey, let's hang out. Let's just hang around or stuff and stuff. But it's not that close.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have to take the train to actually get there. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Ty, you really want me to ask that question, don't you? But does G Smith have the swag?
Yes. Yes.
Obviously,
Yes.
G Smith
He's full
obviously has it.
swag. He's full swag.
Well, where? What? um, okay, so yeah, I guess that basically
Every.
wraps everything up. Um, yeah, I think I can do an outro for this now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Have
we're
anything else
basically done, I
you?
think.
Yep. Do you have anything else you'd
Does
like to
anyone
say?
have any questions?
Last minute questions, you guys. You guys can ask anything for last minute questions.
Mm, okay, let's wait a few seconds for any questions. Oh my god. That's actually a Dutch word, and it's actually, I will not translate that.
It means something bad, doesn't it?
Tell us about your life. That's not a question.
It's more of a yeah. Yeah. Let's not do that. That could be a very long question. Hey
Guys,
guys,
if you want to
what's
ask.
yeah? I'm sorry. What?
No, no, go ahead.
Continue. No, you continue.
No, no, no,
No,
you can
you
continue.
continue.
Okay, 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 no, no. I'm just. I actually wanted to say something, but actually forgot what I wanted to say, so.
God damn it!
You could. Troll.
You
I'm
were
sorry.
stranded on a desert. You were stranded in. Oh! If you were stranded in a desert island, I'm assuming he means on a desert island. But what would be the single piece of clothing you would have?
My underpants. Simple.
You're gonna get such bad sunburn.
Well, I can always, hide under a palm tree.
Oh, yeah, because yeah, desert islands always have palm trees.
Yes. Stereotypical.
Yep. Yep.
Can I make a laser show of one of my songs or whatever? Well, laser show taking takes a lot of time. It's not that you just do it like snap. And I want shows not to be. I never ever in my life use stock frames. I never ever ever in my life use similar effects. Well, most of the time I try to avoid those. So all my shows are custom, so they take a lot of time. But I'd love to make a show of someone's song, but if I don't think the song is worth it, or I actually have a better song that I wanted to do first, then I first do another song. But yeah, sure, if you let me hear the song and it's actually I like it a lot, then I might make a show to it later. Because else people will come to me and ask me to do a show, and of course I'd love to be able to help anyone out and make stuff for him, but that's kind of that will be impossible for me to manage all those assignments.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have like a song which you want to share with me, so I can listen to it, sure, and then I will just listen to it and make the decision for myself. But if you're requesting to make for me to make a laser show for you, that's gonna be very tough for me to say yes to. But if you're asking me to make a certain picture, it might be easier for me to say yes. If I have the time, I will just say yes and make it for you. If I don't have the time, I might, say keep it for later. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will talk about it later. Yes, we will talk about it
Sure.
later.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that just about sums everything
Yeah,
up.
well, I mean, this was kind of a long radio stream. I mean, we've been chatting for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, so pretty close.
Not 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thanks, you've been
Well,
two
it's
hours and
actually
6 minutes.
seriously.
The Skype
Oh,
call,
oh,
the Skype time is not the same amount of time that I've been recording.
oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. True.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I think that just about sums everything up. I will ask or I guess you could consider this the final question.
Yeah.
And that is, do you like bananas?
Yes, I do.
Bananas are
I'm
tasty.
going to the moon. Actually, I'm going to the moon right now. So once you hang up this call, I will be at the moon
Yay,
on
nice.
Team Fortress. No, yeah, I'll be playing Team Fortress on the moon.
Alright, alright. Um, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have anything else to ask you. Um, one other thing I guess I should ask. It doesn't matter what you say here. Don't feel pressured or anything because you're on the stream. This is actually like a legitimate question. But and I
Sure.
did ask this earlier. But are you willing to be working on the Ponycraft or working with the Galactic Equine for
Sure.
the
No problem.
Ponycraft project?
If I have
Okay.
the time, I'll love to help you out.
Okay. Thank you. I wanted to know if you were willing to do that, so then I could notify the owner of the project, just so he
That's
knows that
okay.
there's a possibility of somebody being a part of it.
Yeah, that's no
Um,
problem.
okay. Well, I think that
Yeah.
sums about everything up.
So, PJ, could you do laser shows from the moon? Yes, if I don't choke on the moon, explode, or I mean implode on the moon, then I can do a laser show on the moon. I like bananas. Thanks for thinking I'm fucking awesome. I don't know what you mean with dark skinned, but I'm not gonna care. Um, yeah, that's it. So I think this is it. And thanks for the call and thanks for the interview. I really enjoyed it. I appreciated it. Hope to have answered any of you guys' questions. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
see you guys. I'm gonna try and make another, laser show that's gonna be on Equestria Daily sooner or later.
hopefully. Another thing is that I'm gonna need an image
Very
for
like.
this to be posted on YouTube,
That's gonna.
if you can.
Ooh, yeah, I
No, no,
actually
no,
don't
no, no
know, but
rush, no rush, man, no rush.
actually, I've got something. I've got something because
It,
someone on my Facebook actually made a background wallpaper. I mean, for me of laserpon3. So yes,
if you're willing to put our logo on there and then write the words "interview with Master PJ"
sure.
or
If you send
Laserpon.
me like a PNG of the logo, I just paste the logo to there, and it
All
should
right.
work. Or you guys can do it yourself.
Yeah, I prefer that other people do it because I
Yeah.
procrastinate if I have to do it. I mean, if you really want me to, I can, but yeah.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. So yeah, that sums I think just about everything up.
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoyed this interview. If you guys have
Yep.
any other people you want me to interview, please tell me in the comments below, or even better than that, go onto our channel page and go
Yeah.
down
I'll
the bottom
just
of our
if you
channel.
have a specific question for me, just leave it on my Facebook page, laserpon3. Facebook.com/laserpon3, and that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about everything.
So I think see you guys.
Yeah, all right.
Should probably hang up or something.
Yeah, I have to. Well, you're well. I don't have to hang up the call, man. I have to do some extra stuff once you're off. So.
Oh, and then I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. Um,
No, I'm just
all right.
trolling. I'm just trolling.
Well,
Just kidding.
God. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. There is a response form. It's a question that I've posted. It asks, who do you guys want me to interview next? Please fill in your answer, and everybody can vote on them. If your answer is already in there, vote for it. If you guys post one in there, please make sure that there are links or have some way of me to contact them, because it's very difficult to find people. I mean, people want me to interview Crooked Trees. Can't interview him until his ask box is open. All right. Anything else I can think of? If any you I need graphic designers. Anybody out there that's willing to be a graphic designer for me to come and make a YouTube layout with me, and maybe even work on the Ponycraft project at the Galactic Equine with me, that would be great. I need to make a website for the Galactic Equine, and I'm hoping to find some graphic artists that are willing to do it with me. If you guys want to get involved with that, please email me at truebronyradio@gmail.com. That is truebronyradio@gmail.com. All one word. Yeah. Anything else I can think of at this moment? No. If you guys are wondering why our URLs have changed or why everything is different now, the channels are different and stuff. Well, that's just because one of our ex-DJs decided he was going to be a troll and screwed everything up. So I had to reset everything basically. All right. I can't really think of anything else to bring up, so... Alright, every pony. Hope to see you guys in the future. Always remember, listen to True Brony Radio, tbr.listentomyradio.com. And also, look into Master PJ's videos. You guys can go on YouTube, www.youtube.com/MasterPJ555, and then you should find his old channel. If you guys are looking for his new channel, it is youtube.com/laserpon3. Spelled like you would spell Pone3. Or you can also call him Pone, I guess, if you want, but that sounds a little bit less, yeah. Alright, every pony. Hope you guys have fun out there. And always remember, be awesome bronies. Peace off.